New York, it's going broke. They're losing a lot of money. Real estate developments are leaving. And if you guys don't know why, let me tell you about the whole entire Trump fraud verdict. It is outrageous, in my personal opinion, and even some of the big celebrity investors say the same exact thing. So check this out. Kevin O'Leary says rogue judge handed down Trump fraud verdict. Says this is going to be scaring developers and investors for decades to come. And in 2024, it's no longer like the old days where you have to invest in New York City to make money, where you have to open your hedge fund in New York to get connections. Nowadays, you got several other competing cities. Toronto is known as the Wall Street of the North. You know, it's the new Manhattan. If you look at Miami, it's the financial capital of the South. It's the next hot big thing for hedge funds and real estate developers. Look at places like Austin and Vegas, traditionally not finance savvy. It's traditionally not tech heavy either, but it's getting a lot of people coming in from Cali and New York. So what's going on here? Why is Kevin O'Leary talking about that the Trump fraud ruling case is making New York bad? It's making New York broke. And why is it causing people to move their businesses out? So what happened with the Trump fraud case was Trump had like a $400 million building. He takes out a $200 million loan on the existing building as collateral. It's pretty normal for real estate developers. In fact, I could tell you that every single developer around the world does it. If you have a $400 million building, go ahead, take out some loans out of that. And like I said, he has to work with a bank to do this. So Trump worked with like a small regional bank. Cool. The small regional bank says, yes, we want to work with Trump. But the judge refused to hear anything from the bank and pretty much said that Trump has a big fraud thing going on and he's forced to pay $355 million. So hold on a second. What about all the other hundreds of real estate developers in New York City who all they do all day is take out loans on their building? They literally put their building as collateral and take out fat loans from other banks. And then they use these money to open up bigger skyscrapers, make more real estate, etc., and then sell those. So what about the other developers that do the same exact thing that Trump did? Are they going to be persecuted? Because if this is how New York operates, I'm pretty fearful right now. I mean, they could pluck anyone from the real estate streets of Manhattan and make them pay an insane fraud price. This is insane. Many people are saying that this is really unjustified. Even many other investors on X are saying the same thing. And this is why you have a New York City boycott. Like if you go on X and listen what this trucker has to offer in terms of information, he's essentially saying that not every single trucker is halting shipments to New York City. Some truckers are still going ahead and shipping stuff to New York, but he says that maybe 22% of all the truckers have halted shipments to New York City. If you do the math, that's a lot. He says that there's still goods in New York, but the goods are more expensive. And he says that truckers are pretty united because if you look at back a couple years ago in Colorado, yeah, it actually made Colorado get on its knees. And same thing with New York City. And this situation is growing. The trucker boycott is not fizzling out. In fact, it's growing stronger than ever before when shippers are adding in an extra $2,000 to $3,000 per load to get that load shipped to New York City. So truckers are mad and the investors are scared. O'Leary also says that New York is becoming a loser state. The politics of New York is taking a big toll. You get the whole migrant crisis going on, which is basically spinning the city dry. You have crime everywhere. You have homelessness everywhere. You have people on the streets all the time. People are kind of fed up with crime, bad policy, and how New York is now treating the former president and how New York is going to be treating perhaps other future real estate developers. If you look at this post by Grant Cardone, he's also pulling out of New York City. Also, a celebrity real estate tycoon says that the New York City judge will sell more real estates than all the real estate agents in Florida combined. It's crazy to see how much real estate New York City sells. And this is one of the sectors where you don't want to be picking at and don't want to be touching. Because the whole Trump case, what really underlined was, hold on a second, if New York doesn't like you and you borrow money to build more buildings in New York, you might actually get sued. And then if you can't pay up, you'll seize one of your buildings. So that's exactly what Trump is happening. In the next few weeks, the chances of Trump getting one of his buildings seized is very, very high. So we're going to be seeing some really big developments here. And I kind of see why many developers are getting a little bit worried. At first, everyone's like, okay, New York was a great place to make real estate. But now, after the Trump case, some developers are kind of feeling the heat, especially when you have big deposits of hundreds of millions of dollars. Guys, Trump isn't even the biggest real estate developer. I mean, if you look at other big companies like Xtel, for example, they have billions in the city. Trump is more of a mid-sized developer. You have even bigger developers in New York City that are getting kind of scared right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below and subscribe for more. What do you guys think about the Trump trial?